Hello again, Dread Mechanic here. Today I'm doing something a bit different. I'm not going to be doing much mech building today. Today I am going to be doing some more work on my docking station that I've been building for these armoured core units. I might do a bit of fiddling with some of the AC units because they still need a bit of work. Oh, hello Lord Shadow. Oh, thank you, man. I made that intro a couple of weeks ago. It took a fair bit of messing around to get all that to not explode, but yeah, thank you. Quite proud of that little intro video. Works quite well. And the backing music in it is all my own creation. It's a little track I wrote a while back that I haven't finished or released yet, but cheers, man. So, I've been building a great big, ridiculous docking station for these armoured core units. And it has a whole ridiculous, elaborate docking sequence that I will show you in a little bit. But we've also got a bunch of buttons for all of the gantries and stuff to get us over there. And that's all automated as part of the docking sequence of entering and exiting this place. I also built a blast door yesterday on one of the bays, which has a nice big automated opening and closing sequence. Apparently, I heard some clanging then. Apparently, there's still some rotors in the wrong group. Yeah, there's still some stuff getting messed up because those doors shouldn't have opened. Because I did a lot of copying and pasting. Look what that clanging sound was, so I hit that button again. Yeah, those doors aren't supposed to be moving. Right, so there's some messed up groups that I need to fix. What have I messed up in here then? What do we call it? Door rotors. What's in there that shouldn't be? All of those, they should not be part of that group. Why is that? Why are you still listing all of them? I have to remake this group from scratch. Doors, right. Right again. Doors. 02, 02, 02, 02. Right, that should only be door in front of me. Good. Not moving anything else. Fantastic. Cool. And that clicks into place. Fantastic. So I set up those lights, didn't I? Yes, I did. Are we all named correctly? Number 3, that's correct. Number 2, that is correct. And number 1, fantastic. Oh, hey Bipolar. Right, so we can set up the other door. That's what we can do. So we've got that controller. May as well copy and paste the details from that one, since it's doing the exact same thing. That can go there. That is going to be docking bay 1. That is going to be... What did I name that? Yeah. What was the trigger called for that one? It is docking bay light 02, so docking bay door light 01. Block on and off. Docking bay door. What the hell did I call it? Docking. Oh, right, yeah. I needed the docking bay number in there first. Docking bay 01. Door light. There we go. Right, so that's the on and off for that. Then I need to make a group out of these rotors. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Right, that's the one. Docking bay 01 door rotors. That should be 12. It is. Fantastic. Means that action is now quite simply reversing this group. So we can reverse it there and reverse it there, and if I haven't screwed everything up, docking bay 01 door light on and off, click the button, what all happens? Well, something's happening because that has triggered. That has registered something. Oh, I've somehow managed to pick the wrong ones again. Two. What's wrong? I have one, not two rather. Yeah, there we go. Right, reverse. And reverse. I think. Yeah, I'll just close that door, haven't I? Right. Press button. There we go. Door opens. Fantastic. Over here. Press button. Door opens. Fantastic. Cool. Let's settle that last one, which is this one. Copy all those settings because it makes it easier. Paste that. That is number 3. That is block on and off. That is docking bay 03. Docking bat. That's door light. There we go. Cool. And we need to door rotors. 03. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's too many. What's going on here? Oh, no. L01, L01. Oh, yeah. That's why. It's those ones. Yeah, 12. Right, cool. Docking bay, door 03 rotors. Not 03 rotors. Reverse and reverse. Again, providing I haven't screwed anything up. Oh, I've not going to set the controls first. I not done? Oh, I've not done any of the controls on this panel yet. So what are they then? Piston 03 light. One. Turn that on. Docking ramp rotor light. Turn that off. And then door light 03. Turn that on and off. So that button should extend the ramp. Cool. That one retracts it again later on. And that is our front door. Ooh. Reset all that stuff. So dock 03. Piston light on. Rotor lights. Hang on, did I pick one? No, I didn't. Ramp, that's the one. Piston, docking ramp, piston, that's the one. And then door light. On and off. Cool, so those buttons work. Sweet. Control panel's better. Control panel's all set up. That one's set up. Ah, it's just this one here. So, dock 01, piston, ramp, light, on. Rotor ramp, light, off. Door light, on and off. Oh, hello, Tagamon Games. How are you, man? Cool, so that door works. I need to get a bit more lighting in here, though. It gets very dark when those doors are closed. Cool, so all those doors are set up. We can toddle all the way up here. Walk across to here. Tap button number 1. That will extend us. Out into the middle. Can't really put a safety barrier there, fortunately. But we can then access our armoured core from the top. And then, providing I've not broken anything while I've been making little changes here and there, we can automate the whole system from inside the cockpit. And once they are clear and out of the way, we are free to make our exit. And once we're clear of the ramp, or the docking podium, it automatically returns to its default position so we can walk back into it later. And I'm still trying to work out some of the issues surrounding the walk and balance control. Because the sensors are great with voxels, there are some slight issues with the way that they detect blocks and things, the way I've got them set up. The mecha, a mod? No! No, these mecha are 99.9% vanilla. The only mod on... There's only 2 mods in this game right now that actually affect gameplay. One of them is a rotor mod to make rotors a little bit stronger, because vanilla rotors are piss weak compared to hinges. And there is one small modded block in these turrets to make them fire, which is that tiny welder. And those are the only mods. Everything about these mechs, other than that, is strictly vanilla. Everything from their control system to the way they move to the way they fire, everything is entirely vanilla. There is a couple of scripts on the inside of the cockpits to do some visual stuff, but again, that's completely cosmetic. Doesn't actually affect the way the mech works. Other than that, everything is vanilla. Oh yeah, it's all got purpose for it, man. The arms swing because real bipeds, as you'll know, being a human being, you swing your arms the opposite way to the way you swing your legs when you walk to counterbalance yourself and keep yourself upright. And those principles translate directly into making mechs in this game. It actually really does help if you have your arms swinging opposite to your leg movement. It really does make a difference. And the toes curling are practical as well to stop the feet catching on the floor when it walks. And it'll do the same thing in reverse, except the back of the feet will move instead to give them a bit of clearance. And he's got a little gyro control system in him to center him again. That's not me playing with the mouse when he's tipping back. See? There you go. That is entirely the vanilla system I've built into it, making it center itself again. The only controls I'm pressing right now are the forward key on my keyboard and the left key on my keyboard to make myself walk forward and turn left. Most of the balance comes from just a vanilla gyro setup I've got with it. A bunch of sensors. But we can make this guy walk back into his docking station now. Oh, and quickly, before I do any of that stuff, if you're new to my channel, this dude also has a skimmer mode, like the Armoured Core units do in the game. And they also have a flight mode, so they can fly. What's the point of building mechs if you can't make them functionally accurate? What's the spike-looking thing on the feet? Spike-looking thing on the feet? Do you mean the circular bits around the outside of the foot? Or... Ah, I'm stuck. Do you mean this bit here? That's just cosmetic. That's just based on the design from Armoured Core. Spike-looking thing. I'm still not sure what you mean. But there are thrusters in here. There's lots of thrusters to make it fly. The movement control is actually controlled by not that thruster. There's a couple of thrusters tucked in here, and these actually control all the walk cycle movements, because they're tied to event controllers that trigger all the walk cycle animations. You can see if I hit left, that little thruster fires. If I hit right, that little thruster fires, because they are directly connected to a bunch of gyros on rotors in the base down here. So if I hit left and right, that's what makes the mech turn left and right. And it's the same with walk cycle. There's some forward thruster and a small reverse thruster to trigger the walk cycles. We should, in theory, providing I've not screwed anything else up, should be able to take a nice little stroll into the base. Not got a perfect system for centering it on the platform yet, but we are getting there slowly but surely. But we can walk into there. That beam will appear to give me an idea of where I need to center the mech. And if I get my control seat position roughly in line with that, it should do everything nicely. There you go, pushes me into the middle. Clamps on. Oh, that's not quite clamped on properly. I've turned a little bit. Why is that? But yeah, then the whole mech will turn around. He might swing back into position when it stops. Oh yeah, he's not perfectly centered. But that's why I designed the connector with multiple outputs. So one way or the other it can still connect, and then that all dropped into place. And then we can hop out of our cockpit. And we are back in the base. And then that is all connected to a conveyor system that has fuel tanks and ammo storage. And that will refuel the mech. And then we can tap button number 2, which I need to name properly. That'll take us over here. Oh, cheers, man. Yeah, and they've all, but pretty much all of my mechs, I always design them with wheels on the feet, basically, pretty much all the time, because suspension is great for preventing damage to the bottom of your mechs, to the feet, because wheel suspensions are nigh on indestructible a lot of the time. They take physical damage a hell of a lot better than a lot of other blocks. And you can get variable friction from them. You can get variable, like, shock absorbency from them, depending on the settings. Like, there's loads of benefits to using suspension as, like, foot pads for mechs. But yeah, that's how that all works. Oh, yeah, no worries, the real Bahamut. I'm glad I could pleasantly surprise you. Yeah, I'm a big fan of Armoured Core and mech stuff in general. And a couple of weeks ago, I started working on an Armoured Core project. Because why not? I've built a couple of them now. I've only published one so far because I'm still working on them. And there's a few things in that one that I've published that I'd like to update. But yeah, I've been designing a few of them. Like, they've all got slightly different weapon setups and visual styles and leg designs. Like, this one's got dual rail cannons, little Gatling machine gun things, and like chicken walker legs. Whereas this one's based on the mech that I'm actually using in Armored Core 6 at the moment. So it's got the double knee legs and some ridiculous missile pods that are a bit clangy half the time. And then we've got the one that I've actually published that has more human style legs and some Gatling guns with like wings on them. It's a bit ridiculous, but yeah, that could do with being fixed. Dock, door, lights 01. There you go, let's do the button for that. Neuro 1, that can be the button for that. Cool. Number 2 folds that up. Yeah. I feel like I should put a safety rail there, but I don't know how to get a safety rail in there without it looking really crap and having to build a giant rotor on the side of something. Ooh, that's an idea. I should probably. Could I? Should I? Yeah, I want to bridge the gap between that and that. That out. Right, pull that back for a second. Turn mirror mode back on, so it's going to be doing the same on the opposite side. Where are these new scaffolding blocks? There they are. I really like these new scaffold blocks, they look very cool. T-block, that's the one we want. That out there. Ah, that's annoying. There's only one T-block, isn't there? Block inverted. There's only one T-block. Which means the ladder beam's going to be the wrong way around for that section. That's going to drive me mad. Oh well. Then, where are we? We've got walkable scaffold block. That's the one. Put 3 of them across there. Now we can get that one to that one more easily. Yeah, I like that. Then we can slap one of them on top. Roof kind of bit. Do a tetrapod AC. You mean like a 4-legged one? Because if you mean a 4-legged AC, I'm way ahead of you. I just haven't finished him. But he exists. And he is probably going to crash my game. So there is a lot of stuff going on in this game now. But yeah, I've got a 4-legger in the works. He just needs a bit of tweaking. But he does work. and he is seriously dropping the sim speed of my game. But yeah, he's only half finished at the moment. He hasn't got the balance control system that the others have at the moment, which is why he's tipping left, right, and everywhere. I've only really built his basic walk animations, and I need to change a few settings to make him a little, yeah. But yeah, I've got a four-legger. And this guy is also set up with different, well, he's set up with like basic versions of some of the weapons in there, but I want to drastically change his weapons at some point. I want to make them more like a tank, but he's also got a torso that moves left and right. And I can only really get away with doing that on this one because he's got 4 legs and a much more solid base to work off. But yeah, I have got plenty of others in there. I want to make a tank base one at some point, because I've already been working on a mobile suit gun tank design. All I'd really need to do is chop a few bits off and scale it all up for an armoured core. But yeah, so we've got that gangway there, we've got that one there. Do for that. Oh yeah, you're not actually plugged in, are you? Why are you not plugged in? Oh, that's not been set up either. Door 03. That's the one. That can go there. Cool. That works. And that can be door 03 as well. And that one works. Fantastic. And then we can peel this back. Put that back into position. Back in him. His controls are not switched on. Oh god, yeah. Real Bahamut. I'm quite eagerly following the development of Space Engineers 2 at the moment. From what I've seen of it, it's shaping up to look pretty cool. I just really hope that all of the mechanical stuff that they have in in the current version of Space Engineers, like hinges and pistons and rotors and all that, I really hope that translates over well to Space Engineers 2, and I really hope that they improve a few things, like collisions and rotor strength and a few little things like that. But yeah, if Space Engineers 2 is anywhere near as... Yes, I've seen the water stuff as well, like the volumetric, like running water stuff they're working on. But yeah, if SC2's like half as good as it looks when it eventually comes out, it should be able to like handle some really cool stuff. This one's kind of half set up at the minute. He just needs his AI controls building. He's got pretty much all of his warp controls and his balance controls to stop him tipping over. Yeah, there you go. Center back in the middle. Yeah, that's something I'd like to see with Space Engineers is, yeah, performance, because it performs really, 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 really well when you are by yourself doing something really simple. But as you saw before, as soon as I spawned in that four-legged mech with all the dozens of subgrids all over it, the sim speed plummets. Like, I can feel the sim speed dragging a little bit just with having this one big building and 3 complex mechs spawn into the game, and that is pretty much all that is in this game as far as entities go. There is that mech, there is that mech, there is that mech. There are some random bits out in the wilderness for some reason. There's that little outpost, there's that. And there's my Jameson cyborg, all on his own. Why are you all the way over there on your own? Have you run out of power or something? Oh, I made you a bad guy, that's why. You're an enemy target for other stuff. Let's put Jameson back in there, because I like having my little pet robot walking around. There we go. Hello, Jameson. He's a good little robot. He will follow me to the ends of the earth. I can literally just leave him like 2 kilometers away and he will find his way back. He always does. What's that? 99% of the incredible stuff we make never really... Yeah, that's another issue. Because, like, I've put a lot of work into building this base. If you wanted to spawn this base into your game, if I, say, blueprinted this and published it, you would need to dig 3 massive fecking holes in the floor and then do a whole lot of messing around, swapping these platforms between being stations and ships and back to stations again to get them to slot back into place and work. Because I admittedly cheated whilst building all of this. I built 1 pod first and then cut and pasted it 2 more times. And both times cutting and pasting it, it was not a simple process. I had to dig a big hole out the floor. Half this ramp tried to clang and explode. And I had to do a lot of screwing around. And that was just to make it work in my own game, let alone sharing it with somebody else. And some things just don't translate well when they get blueprinted and shared. I notice groups have a habit of screwing up occasionally when things get blueprinted. That's why I'm not a big fan of using groups when doing, like, command and timer programming type stuff, because groups can get real wonky. But just going to test to make sure this dude's docking bay still works. When you do stupid complex stuff with vanilla blocks, it's real easy to break something without realising. Good idea to test stuff every so often. Oh yeah, you're still having issues with the floor and your feet sensors, aren't you? It's supposed to be that. Ooh, tippy tippy. No, that's a problem there, because that shouldn't be doing that. Oh, smeg it, we'll just walk him in for now. In you go. You can pretty much walk him into place, but you will occasionally have to use some of the controls to fiddle yourself into place a little bit better. But then we can do that, and then we can hit that for docking mode on. So that should go in, clamp into place, lock down the wheels, turn. Not twisted as much as the other one did. And that'll all turn into place. And that all swings in. The docking arm swings in at the back. That clamps down. The electricity exhaust to come on to let you know it's charging. And everything flips into place. Groovy. And yeah, I did a little bit of wizardry and built a sensor on here that detects small grid blocks, so that this piston only extends as far as it needs to. So when it starts to detect the mech, it automatically stops the piston in just the right place to connect up to one of the multiple connectors, because you can't always guarantee that this will be in the exact same place every time. And these small grid blocks, they're only like half a meter wide or something. Yeah, half a meter looks about right. So it's a very small, precise spot to try and aim to. And just having one connector on here occasionally caused problems, so I stuck a whole bunch of them on. And it's a case of whichever connector connects first connects to the system. Yeah, that all works, and then you can then press that button. Yeah, I have thought about doing that. That's kind of why I built the projectors into the floor with that big beam that comes out, because there's a sensor underneath this platform, so that when the mech steps onto the sensor, the beam appears, and then you just line your cockpit up roughly with the beam, and then these pistons and hinges will gently shove the mech into the centre-ish, and then the large mag plates in the floor will lock the wheels down, and then once all that's locked into place, the whole thing spins, and when it gets to that position, that's when the arm swings in and the docking ramps swing in. But yeah, I have thought about making a slightly different system for it, but I tried it with lights, and the lights were good. They'd let me know when I was roughly in the right place, but they wouldn't let me know precisely where I needed to be, because obviously the way the light works in this game is sometimes it passes through blocks, sometimes it doesn't, depending on how the game feels. And I did try it with just having a spotlight there initially, but all it did was just light up the bottom of the mech, and I couldn't really tell from up here or in the cockpit where I was, because if you're in the cockpit, and you're doing it in first person, that beam fills the entire cockpit with a big red, like, see-through block. So even if you're doing it in first person, you know exactly where you need to be. And then, obviously, when you engage it all, that all turns off. Yeah, this is pretty much why I just stuck one projector bang in the centre, because it lined. I tried to keep these things like as central as possible when designing them, so the cockpit is a little bit far back, but yeah, as long as you get yourself roughly in line with that beam, the platform mechanics will do the rest of the work for you. And then when it all locks down, that beam automatically turns off anyway. So that is the platforms. Pretty well built now. Around the back. Oh yeah, there's a big gap there. That's from where I did some cutting and pasting earlier. Let's fill that in. And I should probably find the right block first. Let's put a little walkway across the back. Bum ba bum ba bum. There. So we got here. Diagonals. That's the one. One of them. One of them. All the way across. Got there. Just got the mirror mode on, haven't we? Yeah. That will have done the other side for us, and then we can just pop basic stair set there for now. Cool. Ah, look, there you go. Jameson Bot's making his way slowly but surely. Only a kilometre away now. For a tiny little mech, you're surprisingly good at getting around. Oh god, there's loads of messages. You guys have been talking a lot. You hate it when you copy and paste something. Yeah, that's again one of my issues with using groups for stuff. I've noticed that bug happens a lot more often with like grouped commands. Like say for example, the way these doors work is literally just a group of rotors, and it just with just a reverse action that turns them all on and off. Whereas everything inside these mechs, I have individually selected each and every single block with its own each individual command to do stuff. Because when you copy and paste stuff, like I said, groups can get messed up. And also, if you have multiple things, multiple grids connecting together that have grids that use that have groups that use the same name, like exactly the same name, it will cause problems. Like if I had a group on each of these mechs called thrusters, and I turned the thrusters on one of them, it would activate every single thruster that is part of a group called thrusters that is connected to that same grid. So that's another reason I don't like using groups. Because if you're not careful about the way you name them, you can end up activating multiple things across connected grids at the same time, and that can cause even more problems. So that's all the doors. This over here is mostly just cosmetic space at the moment, and I only really stuck the beacons there because they look interesting. Oh yeah, back here has no lighting. Because I hadn't gotten round to it yet. kind of space have we got in here? I Dick. One of them there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Odd number, thank you. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pop one of them there. One of them there. One of them. And let's stick that one there instead, because I want that path to be clear. And then, what's that? So, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, groovy. Right, let's steal some light settings from that lamp. Let's also steal the paint job. Ugh, wrong thing. Oh, what's all these other messages? What was I saying? You pride yourself for figuring out how to make bouncing welders effect. Oh, with the pistons moving back and forth. Yeah, I've done some welder systems like that in the past. It's fun. Quite easy to set up things like that once you've figured out some of the basics. But yeah, I was proud of myself when I first started figuring out little tricks like that. UI mod allows you to add prefix to a group with one click. Oh, that would be a handy mod to have. Yeah, because that's one of the reasons that I get obsessive over the way that I name things, because it really makes things easier down the line. As you can see, there's a bunch of stuff here that says AC604, AC603, and there will eventually be a bunch of groups called AC605, and that's for all the different mechs. As you can see, every block is tagged with a different thing at the beginning. So 02 down here, 04, 05. So I know what thing all this stuff is attached to. Because it gets real confusing if you don't start naming things. Because eventually you've just got 20 hinges all called hinge 1, hinge 2, hinge 3, hinge 4, and you don't know what the hell anything's doing anymore. Right. So we pasted that to there, didn't we? So docking bay storage light 01. That's what that can be. Let's do a bunch of this for now. Why is that bit of the wall painted? There we go. There's 2, that's 3. Really matter what order they get named in, they're only internal lights for... Oh, hello, Michelle Knight. What's that? Izzy's Easy Block Renamer. Oh. might have to look for that script. I use Izzy's Easy Inventory Manager quite a lot. I didn't realise they'd made a block renamer script. I might have to have a look. Got one in your control panel that allows prefixing, suffixing and renaming. Ooh! I might have to go and have a look for that after this stream at some point and see what use I can make of it, because naming blocks in my builds and in Space Engineers in general is very, very, very important, so that sounds like the kind of thing I would like. And 8. Nine. 10. I named them in a weird way. Sod it. Right, some decent little bit of light in here. Don't need it stupidly well lit. Plenty of bits and ammo in there. Okay, that'll do back here for now. I'm not too fussed about making that bit look amazing at the moment. Solar alignment script. Ooh. Oh yeah, I've heard of the solar alignment script. Familiar with that one. I've not really got much use for a solar alignment script half the time. I don't really play this game in a survival context too often. I'm mostly just pissing about in creative mode or with creative tools, building stupid robots. Well, I suppose the solar alignment script would be very handy for people who play Space Engineers in a more serious kind of way. So, what's it look like in the dark when we turn all the lights out? Yeah, it's not looking too bad now, is it? It's so dark it's getting. Because I haven't got any lighting mods on this file. I feel like it's a bit dark down the middle of here. I don't want to expand the light radiuses too much because I like having the shadows and stuff. I'm a bit of a dork for lighting. I used to be a lighting engineer of sorts for various live events a while back, so playing with light and colour and shadows and things is kind of a weird little obsession of mine. I could just max out all the light radiuses on every single light in this room and light the whole thing like a hospital waiting room, but it wouldn't be as nice as having the shadows and the dark bits. So I reckon maybe a row. What's that you're saying there, Bahamut? Somebody made a nice automatic door and airlock mod that adds controls. Oh, that's cool. Adds controls onto the doors with no programmable block required. Cool, I've seen a few airlock mods. I remember there was an airlock mod a while back that created very angry doors that would kill you if you weren't careful walking in and out of them. Um, Hello, Panda Gaming. I, do you mean the whatever mega tech, proto tech? That's the one. I know they've announced stuff about it. I don't think it's out yet. If it was, I would have it. And if there was any DLC attached to it, I would have absolutely bought it because I buy all the DLC for this game because I love it. I buy it the instant it comes out, I don't care. Yeah, I don't think any of the proto-tech stuff is out yet. So, I feel like sticking some runway lights in this thing. Maybe because we've got these beautiful new inset lights. How much space have we got here? 1, 2, 17 blocks. Hello, Jameson. You made your way back to the base, did you? Also a bunch of 2-block gaps all the way along. What about 3-block gap? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I reckon something like that, maybe. Or we could move it all a block further forward and then do... Yeah, in fact, we'll do that. That can come out, that can come out. That can go there. That can fill that gap back in. That could go there. And there. Come on. And there. We've got 2-block gap at either end. That looks a little bit more central and sensible. Oh, I can feel my sim speed chugging. 1, 2. So we stick 2 of them there. 1, 2, 3. There and there. 1, 2, 3. There and there. Oop. 1. Then 1, 2, 3. There and there. And we've got 2-block gap again. Cool. What's people saying? People, probably the most active chat I've ever had on my stream. What's that? There's also a custom script that auto closes doors and cycles out locks. There's a script that you can do that now with, but now that we've got signal relays, you can use signal relays to automatically do stuff. That is how the entire basis of this whole thing works. Because this mech, I use the signal relays to send a signal from the mech to this relay to control this whole board of things, which makes this whole platform do its thing. So yeah, there's been other ways of doing that kind of stuff now. A wall map? No, I'm not making a wall map. That, if you mean that thing at the back, that is the control system for this docking platform here, and each one has its own control system, which is just rows and rows of lights and controllers and timers that all work together to do stuff. Oh. So, something I would like to do. Oh, is your sensor detecting large grid blocks? Is that why you've stopped? I do need to update you a bit, don't I? Oh, yeah, you can detect stations, that's why you've stopped. Let's take them off, see what trouble you can get into. There you go, I can just freely wander around now. Can you get up that ramp? Oh, you're struggling a bit with that ramp. You're really good with hills and voxels. Oh well. Oh, the signal relays are... They're not too difficult at all. Signal relays are really simple. Because they can be used as a... They can be used to send a signal, they can be used to receive one. Sending them, it doesn't matter what your settings are for sending signals, blah 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 blah. But if you want to use a signal relay as a trigger for something, that's when you need to make a note of what channel it's set up to. Like, each of these bays has a different signal relay. That one's channel 10, the middle one's channel 11, the last one's channel 12. And it pretty much just works like a timer block. It's essentially just a timer block that can be triggered remotely. Because its setup actions, it looks exactly like a timer. It's got 10 pages of 9 slots that fire in sequential order. And yeah, it's essentially just a timer block that can be triggered remotely. You can use it in the exact same way. But it also has the added bonus of sending signals as well. Because each of my mechs has 3 signal relays on the back. One of them does the guard mode, one of them does patrol mode, which is the 2 AI modes that I've not set up on this one yet. But I have set it up on that one over there. And a control relay, and I use those 2 just stay dedicated to doing what they need to do. And then I have the control relay to send various signals when I need it to. And when you set up a relay, when you set a relay up in a timer block, let's find any old timer block, it doesn't matter. There you go. With the relays, sending a signal with them, you can just click them, set them to send a signal, or the one that I use for controlling stuff a lot of the time is set channel. So then you can choose whatever channel you want. You can stick in a name for it that will appear on the toolbar, depending on what situation you're using it in. And then if you want to send a different signal, you can just set it up to send a different signal. But yeah, they're essentially just remote timers. They seem a bit daunting at first, but if you ignore all the like if you ignore half the features of it to begin with, it's easier to understand them. But yeah, they're not as hard as they look. And like timers, you can get them to trigger each other in sequence as well. So you could have that relay timer set to trigger another relay timer, and then have another relay timer relay to trigger another one. So yeah, I personally love the latest update with the signal relays and stuff, and the one before that with the event controllers. Like, the event controllers and signal relays are two of the best new blocks this game's had in a while, as far as I'm concerned. Yeah, real Bahamut, that is pretty much exactly what they look like. From what I can tell, is they are just a combination of timer block mechanics and an antenna smashed together. Oh, sorry Michelle, I get what you mean with the wall. I would love to build something that big in this game, but I think my computer would explode before I got anywhere near that. I'd love to try and... I want to at some point try and get around to making some of the boss mechs that you fight in AC6. I have got a Strider design that is probably about 25% built at the moment, because I'm still trying to find, or trying to get, decent screenshots of all the angles of it, because it's a fucking huge mech to build. And I've got the underneath of it built pretty well so far, but trying to build the top of it's a bit of a mystery, because it's really hard to see the top of that mech in the game without getting shot by the giant laser. So some of my attempts to grab screenshots in that particular mission haven't ended well, and have usually ended with me getting blown to pieces before I can get a decent screenshot of it from a distance. So... Other things. I probably do with building some sort of control room somewhere, because at the moment it's literally just a big hangar. The Enforcer Depth 2. I've just done that mission and I can't remember which one you're on about. Hang on. It's in my mind, but I've got so many mechs rattling around in my head I can never remember which one's which. AC6. Enforcer. Oh, yeah. That one. Yeah. I remember which one. Yes. I would like to try and build that, along with some of the other designs. Yeah, I know which one you're on about now. Yeah, there's quite a few of them. It'd be absolutely stupid and probably completely sim speed destroying, but I'd really like to try and build that mech that has the ridiculous, like, circular thruster array attachment on it. I also really want to build that one of the first coral weapons that you fight, the one that starts off as a big ground-based thing and then turns into a flying, spinning, crazy thing halfway through the fight. The one just before you use the big rail cannon. That's the most inefficient way of transporting commercial goods ever devised. Oh, stupid ADHD brain. Getting distracted. I need to finish off these lights because I had an idea for these. Yeah, the Sea Spider. That's the one. Thank you. I'm terrible with names. Yes, I'm pretty sure it's the Sea Spider. So, an idea I had that's probably going to make this game even worse, because going back to performance issues with Space Engineers, the lighting engine in Space Engineers is really good, and it's got some really good lighting effects, but it starts to freak out when you get too many lighting effects going on, and I've got a lot of lights in this building, and I can feel the frame rate chugging a slight bit. Plasma rifles. I've not really played with the plasma rifles too much. I get really, like, my favourite build on AC6 at the moment is pretty much this that I've been building. The 10-way rocket pods. These are 8-way. I've kind of based them on the 10-way rocket pods from Armoured Core 6. But they're my favourite shoulder mount weapons, and my favourite hand weapons are the high-powered rifles. The single shot rifles that have the charge attack on them. Like, that's my favourite setup, is just like hair trigger single shot guns and missiles to just rain down absolute destruction on enemies. I might even play a bit of Armoured Core 6 later on, because I'm not far off the end of that game now, I don't think. So, my idea with this runway, before I keep getting myself distracted, is I want to make these lights turn on when this door opens, and I want them to flash in sequence. So, first of all, I'm going to change its colour palette a little bit. Oh, you made your way up. Hello, Jameson. I thought I could hear you. Oh, I love that stupid robot. He just makes his way everywhere. Right, so DB02 runway light 01. That's what we'll call it. And we're going to have these blink. We'll have them blink like that. So copy all. And that number 2. We're in the way, Jameson. We can paste that there. That can be number 3. Hang on, how many lights have we got? 1, 2, 3, 4. 100 divided by 4 is 25. So, offset 25. Yeah, that's the one. Copy all that. Copy and paste that. That could be number 4. Ruby. That could be number 5. And that can be 50%. Copy all. Number 6. Cool. That can be 7. That can be 75. And that can be number 8. Easy renaming block mod. I'll probably do it after this stream. I don't like messing around with that kind of stuff mid-stream because my internet will have a hissy fit. And it'll probably take longer than I think it will, but thank you for the suggestion. I'll definitely go and have a look at it when I'm done here. Because yeah, renaming things is a big part of my whole building process, so anything that can streamline that is much appreciated. Right, so when that turns on and off, that's going to turn them on and off. And then we've got this controller here does the door. When the light turns on and off, it opens and closes those hinges. So we will make a group for these runway lights. And yeah, we can just stick them in those empty slots there. Runway lights. So when the door is closed and the light is off, it'll turn the runway lights off. And when the door is open, the light is on. Are you in here screwing around, Jameson? Yes, you are. I knew you would be. Cool, so if I turn that off, there you go, all those lights turn off when the door closes. And that closed fully. Groovy. And flick that back on. And that's our runway light. Cool. Very pretty. Yeah, I've seen things about plug-in loaders, but I can't be arsed with the faff of having to have a separate launcher to load stuff just to use plugins. Like, it's too much faff. Like, for me personally, anyway. Oh yeah, the reload times on the single shot guns are a bit tedious, but that's why I have the missiles. I've got a nice little routine of just constantly like firing and reloading and firing and reloading weapons. What else are you saying here? Yeah, well, this door's not meant to be airtight. I mean, it's built on a Earth-like planet. I mean, to make an airtight door this size, you've just set that off. That's something I hadn't considered. Yeah, you've just. Yeah, because you. Oh. Right. Yeah. That's why I like having Jameson around, because he screws around and he gets in the way of stuff, and then he will set things off. And he often lets me know when I need to change something. Because the sensor in there is set up to detect small grid. Small grids. And then that triggers the beam, so you know where to go, and then it turns it all off again when you lock down, but it doesn't turn off the sensor when it's locked down. So thank you, Jameson, for pointing that out to me. So, complex programming sequence. Where did I put that in this sequence? It would be when the arm attaches. Where is it? Docking. I can't remember which one's which now. DB02. There's so many controls in here. Ramp deploy, arm deploy, docking sequence 04. Which one's that? That's the one that triggers the docking arm. Landing gear locked. Docking sequence 3. Which one of you turns off that timer? That projector. There are the vent controllers. Docking sequence number 3. That just does the rotor light. Number 2. Number 2 just does the mag plates. Number 1. Ah, there we go. What did I name those sensors? There's lots of sensors in this system. Ramp. Docking. Docking arm. Docking platform sensor. That'll be the one, won't it? Arm, platform, arm, platform, arm, platform. Yeah, so it'll be that. So that will need to turn off there. So it doesn't trigger again. So, if I turn... Jameson, you're stuck again, you diddy. It's funny how folks spend almost as much time modding as he is playing it. Yeah, there is. There's a few people I follow that seem to spend literally seem to spend more time making mods for the game than actually playing it. But those people come up with some really cool mods. And every once in a while, those mods are so cool they get folded into the game. And there's a couple of mods I desperately want to get folded into the vanilla game. Right, so that will turn them off again. And then I would want it to turn that sensor back on. When? I would want it to turn back on the second we get clear of the ramp, because that sensor is determining the ramp spinning round again. Order I put everything in. That one. Is that sensor? Yeah, it turns out I want to detect stuff, and docking sequence off too when it stops detecting stuff. So, docking sequence off number 2 for the middle platform, which is docking bay 02. Ooh, that's a point. I need to put some signage up that says docking bay 1, 2 and 3. So that... yeah, so that drops that. No, in fact that closes that. That turns all that on. Oh no, it needs to be sooner than that, wouldn't it? It needs to be docking sequence 01. Wouldn't it? Because that's when we detach. That does that. That does that. That does all that. I can't remember what those are, but they obviously don't matter. Turn all that off. That does the retract. That drops the door. So the sensor would probably need to come back on here. So, if I turn that sensor off, and the little Jameson bot shouldn't be able to set it off anymore. He'll try and do a flip over that because he hasn't got very good clearance. No, well, he's not setting that up anymore. So, quick save and a test run. Do it all properly. So we press that to extend the pistons. Oh yes, sound, no worries, Michelle Knight. I've been waiting for your power to come back on. Oh, I hate it when that happens. I had that problem a few months ago. The fuse box in my house literally burst into flames. But yeah, no worries about the relays. Like I said, they are literally just timers that can be operated remotely. They are as simple as that, really. Right, so we've got that. We can jump into our cockpit. We can't see Smegor because of the angle, and I haven't got around to doing any of the toolbar controls on this thing yet. Hey! So, let's just pop front camera on here. AC. Oh, typical. I've not even named it, have I? No, I've not got around to naming any of it yet. AC6 Model 5, and the other one is AC6 Model 4. Cool, so cam front, AC605 is the one we're in, so I'll stick that on view. And then I can hit that, and that's us in this one right now. And then I can hit number 9 to make everything retract. Yeah, maybe I need to create some kind of indicator up there that it's all clear on ground level, because those doors take a second or two to open. But yeah, switch back to camera mode, and interesting. Our controls didn't immediately come back on. But then we can walk out the front door. Ah, booting Jameson across the floor. I thought as much. Oh, wrong button. Let's see if we can dock in here in first person. Burn a bit more. Might put some runway lights into the ramp as well. Oh, hang on. Something's fecked up there. The ramp hasn't returned. Ah. Yeah. Docking platform hasn't spun back round. Because the sensor never came back on. I must have smacked something up in there then. What was it? DB02 docking off sequence 01. Yeah, that's supposed to come back on there. And it didn't. Okay, we'll give that another try then. Needs shot out of abso-fucking-lutely. It needs shallower blocks. Absolutely. I really like the 2x1 block slopes, but they are still too steep for a lot of things. I've got a mod that adds 3x1 block ramps, and that's a little bit better, but even then that's still too steep of an angle in a lot of cases. Yeah, I'd love something ridiculous like a 4x1 block set of like ramp blocks. So you could have like a really, or even sets of them, like, because we've got 1 block triangles. We've got 1 block ramps, and then we've got the 2 block ramps. I'd love to have a 3 and a 4, possibly, maybe more. And then obviously all the associated angles that would go with that, but that takes quite a lot of work. But yeah, I'd really like some shallower angled blocks. Walk on there you go. The beam appears, and then I can need to do a bit of work on the control systems, I think. Close enough, we'll see what that's like when we hit the docking button. There we go. That's rolling into place. Lock down, there you go. Why didn't my controls turn off? I haven't deactivated myself. My mech should have deactivated itself automatically. Why did he not? Oh, there it goes. Oh, yeah, because it deactivates when it connects to the thing. That's why. Being an idiot. Ah, terrible camera angles. Right, so if I then detach myself, By the time they're out of the way, those doors are well and truly clear, and my controls haven't turned back on again. What is going on there? Docking mode off. That should have turned the control mode light back on, which it has not. You should have turned on. Why did you not? Might be event controllers being buggy. Sometimes they fail to fire commands occasionally, I've noticed. And then you get clear of the ramp and it all turns off and resets. Cool. Right, I think it was just event controllers being fussy and not firing properly. They're still a little bit buggy. As much as I love them, they still have a few issues. Cool. Right. I am going to dock him back in there, and I'm going to take a quick 5-minute break to go and grab myself another cup of tea. And then I will come back and I will do some more work on these other loading bays, because I'm liking the runway lights. I like it. I just need to make the others look the same. I need to tweak some of your warp controls. You can roll into there. That's a little bit too far. About there looks alright. Hit the docking button. Everything rolls into place. Lock down. I think I need to reduce that timer a little bit. That's all the wrong buttons. Bit of a crap angle there though. At least we're still locked down, that's fine. Yeah, cool. Oh yeah, that's why we're on a bit of a crap angle. That gun's pushing off that door. Needs to adjust him. Do some little tweaks to his arm positions. Yeah. Fine for now. Oh, Jameson. Right, I am going to quickly go and get another cup of tea. I'll be back in 5 minutes. So, see you all. Right, I am back with a fresh cup of Earl Grey tea in hand. Groovy. Oh, more messages. What you saying there, Bahamut? You really hope Keen sets themselves up to integrate mods in a legally, I don't know what that word is, legal manner. Yeah, I suppose that's more legal and commercial issues rather than anything technical, but yeah, there's loads of things that there's loads of things that they really need to do to SE1 that doesn't even require mods or new stuff. They just need to update a few base parameters. Like, for the love of God, I really wish, really wish rotors went above 1,000,000 Newton meters. Like, for the love of God, please make rotors, vanilla rotors, stronger. That is like my biggest gripe in this game. Is vanilla hinges are really good, but clangy in a lot of circumstances. Really strong, but clangy. Rotors are really good, considerably less clangy. Obviously have their own design issues, but they are just painfully weak compared to hinges. Right, so I want to copy and paste some of this over here. That gets to be runway light 3, copy all. What's that? Oh, here's the message. Give modders merch, free DLC for life. Yeah, I agree with you. Anything that does get folded into vanilla game should come with some form of compensation for the effort. Like, hear you in there, James, clanging around. Where are you? And that's the issue with making you not recognise stations, is you just walk into stuff. You just plough into that wall for all eternity because you're stupid. Yeah, you know what? Let's see you come back from that. Paste number 3, 25%. Number 4. Number 5 and 50%. Copy all. Paste that. Number 6. Yeah, looking good. That can be number 7, and that can be 75. Copy all. That could be number 8. Cool. They're all docking bay number 3. Sweet. Where could I put some signs? You know, I'll finish them. Oh, you know what? Let's try and finish these controls properly. Bum 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 bum. Towards the door control, wasn't it? Yeah. So DB03 runway lights. Copy all of them. Paste that. Make it a group. And in here we will stick runway 03 lights off and on. Cool. So now when we close that door, those lights turn off. When we open that door, those lights turn on. Groovy. Yeah, because those lights were left over from when I had a slightly different design for this place, so I might actually take them out. Just leave runway lights on the floor. Yeah, cool. Take that out. Do. Pop. Yeah, that's a bit better. Right, let's do that last set of runway lights. So I've got a few other ideas, well, stupid ideas for this thing, just because. Get to them in a minute. So that's going to be docking bay 01. Copy and paste. That could be light number 2. That can be light number 3. That'll be 25% offset. Number 4. Number 5. 50. Copy settings, paste. Number 6. Copy settings, paste. Oop, wrong one. Number 7. And 75. Copy all. Paste. Number 8. Groovy. Add that into the controls. So DB01 runway lights. Do that. Group. Runway 01. Yep. Off and on. Fantastic. Cool. Right. Oh, yeah, so what did we do? We turned that platform sensor off in some of the controls here, didn't we? DB01. Which one was it? That one. Platform sensor DB01 off. That one, wasn't it? Yeah. Platform sensor DB01 on. Oh, I know what I've done. Turned off the wrong sensor in the other controls, haven't I? Do sequence 1 on. Yes. Turned off the wrong sensor, that's why. 02 off. Yep. Yep. Wrong things. Yep. Thing number 2 on. So that'll be why that was messed up. And then we can do the same for number 3. On 01. On 02. On 03. Yeah, okay. I was confusing myself. Platform sensor 03. Turn off. And then where was it? Oh. On 03. On 3. Turn back on again. Cool. So that should stop any other little grids like other robots setting off that platform sensor when something is docked there. Good. Alright. Oh, look who's back again. Didn't take you long, did it? Okay, so that looks pretty good in the dark at the moment. I am going to set you to not detect stations. To detect stations, actually. Small grid ships, large grid ships. Let's just put all those back on. Right, so that is all of those platforms. That's the runway lights. We just run along and close up all these doors. Fly along because we're lazy. That gap like that. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 3 would be right there. That'd suck. 2, 3, 4. Yeah, smeg it. It's fine. Do for now. Now we've got that as our way in and out when the doors are closed up. But I absolutely loathe having to open and close doors because I'm lazy. And that is 2 block gaps, so I'm not getting anything in there. What I'm going to do, I'll move that light somewhere else. Because I'm lazy and hate opening and closing doors, I have all these doors open and close with the power of sensors. What's this? I probably need to name the door. Locking bay door. Front right 01 is what it can be for now. It's the front right of the building. We are using stage directions and consider that to be the front, facing forwards. So that is door front right 01. That gets to be door sensor front right 01. And we need to drastically reduce a lot of its settings. Don't need that much range for the door. So bam, bam, bam. Let's just zero everything for now. Right. Bottom. That can be 3 meters. Let's make it go all the way to the floor. That would be. I'll do that one in a minute. 4 meters. And then right can be 1.5 meters. Left can be 1.5 meters. And the top can be not that one, it's front I want. Front can be 1 meter, back can be 2.5. And the door's closed. Yeah, so you can. Yeah, perfect. So pop into there and that will open the door for you. Might make that actually stick out a little bit more. Front 1.5 maybe. Yeah, so as you get in there, that door will automatically open. Door FR01. When it detects something, it opens. When it doesn't detect anything, it closes. Groovy. Never have to open that door ever again. Fantastic. I'll actually make that stick out the whole way, I reckon. So front 2.5. That takes up that whole little space there. So as soon as you step into here, the door opens for you. Perfect. That can go off. That can get copied. And we will fly down to this door and do the same thing. Yeah. Might even build an exit sign as well. For my own amusement. Go sensor. Where around did we have that one? Quite important, really. Arrows up. Oh, I need to turn off the proximity alarm. Arrows up. Cool. Copy, paste. That one gets to be front left. That gets to be dock and bay door FL01. Door FL01. Open, close. Let's get rid of that proximity alert. Oh, also, are you detecting anything that you shouldn't be? No, cool. Yeah. Turn that off. There we go. Ooh, yeah, I can feel my sim speed dropping as I go in and out of that building. Might drop my graphics settings slightly. Right, so signage, door. You could do something like that. Docking bay. Exit sign FR01. Text. Nine. I'll just be like that for now. It's a bit gloomy in this corner. Can't really get anything in there lighting wise because of the way I've set that up. But could do that thing. Copy all those settings. Yeah, do that. Docking bay. Exit light FR0. Cool, that works. I like that. Do the same thing here. Copy, paste. FL. Copy, paste. Number 2. Docking bay sign, exit sign. Copy, paste, exit sign, front left. Contact. Text and images. What did we do? We did 9. We did red text. We did centered text. And we just did. So. Yep, that's the one. Do. Oh yeah. I don't like the. Yeah, there we go. That's the one. Now, where could I put a sign? The docking bays. What LCDs have I got? I don't build in large grid often enough, so I'm not sure what I've even got to play with these days. That'll completely get in the way. Ooh, actually, what about the hollow screens? Do one of them either side. Out there. Yeah, I kind of like that. I'm gonna quickly run over here. Do the same thing. That could go like that. That could go like that. You know what, I am gonna quickly I'm gonna make a blueprint of that. I'm gonna remove it. I don't need it. Anything else? Nope. Ugh. Whatever. Not be bothered. Yeah, I'm definitely feeling the sim speed dropping here now. So we could these text and images. Docking bay 01 maybe. What does that look like? Font big, make it centered and make it the right way around to read it. There we go, that's a bit better. Make it a bit bigger. Call it 4. Get that in the middle. $15. Or do. Take that out, makes it a little bit difficult to see the 0. I just do it like that instead. Let's Which means we need to drop the padding down a little bit more to something like 20. Kind of like it better with the brackets. A little bit more padding though. 25%. Is that too much? No, 25 is about right. I feel that sign's a little bit small comparatively. Wide ones are only 2 blocks wide. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Because I don't do a massive amount of base building. I always get lost in building mechs. What have we got here? Ah! Ooh, actually, that might be better. That is quite low, and oh yeah, 'cause it's 3 blocks deep, isn't it? 5 by 3. Might be a 5 by 2. What would that be like if I do where is the junction block? It's where did that? Oh, it doesn't really matter because I'm not got anything that's going to connect to it cleanly anyway, so smeg it, do that. Right there, like so, instead. I don't think that's not going to be, no, that's not going to be enough clearance. That's going to smack straight into that when it's walking. So, no to that idea. Oh well. There you go, 5 by 2 panels, that's an idea we need. That would be nice. Go back the way it was then. So, yeah, we will go with that idea, I suppose. So that can be fucking bay 02 sign. That also wants to have the tag DB02. Cool. Copy all. Not going to copy much, it's only really going to copy the name, but content, text and images. That's it. Copy that. So what did we have? We had it set to 4, didn't we? And cyan and centered and 25% padding. And docking bay It's not docking bay 01, it's docking bay 02. No, that wants to be that. It's that that wants to change to 2. Yeah, something like that. Oh, there's part of me that wants to put a sound block in there so there's an alert noise when the doors are opening and closing. I'm so gonna end up doing that. I will do that in a minute. That is docking bay. This is actually docking bay 01. That wants to be the way it is. That wants to be text and images. Number 4. Docking bay 01. Centered 25. Sign number 2, docking bay 01, cool. 90 degrees. Text and images. Size 4 text. Docking bay 01. Cyan centered 25. Cool. Right, let's do these signs. Copy, paste. Sign docking bay 03. And this once again gets to be text and images, size 4 text please, not 3. Docking bay 03. Cyan centered 25. Copy, paste. Damn you, I'll change some of the tags. Do that later. 90 text. Docking bay 3. Size 4. Good. BB2, that's the end one that need changing. That annoys me at the back end of hollow screens. It doesn't matter what angle you set the front of it to, the back is always that way around. probably some cool uses you could get out of it, but for the most part it's just annoying. Everything looks wrong from the back. Anyway. Right. It's all of them. The sim speed of my game really has dropped, hasn't it? And with having so many lights and blinky things and moving stuff. Oh, it's all the way over there. I forgot about that. Oh well, you can walk across the piston, that's fine. Really a way I can sensibly make extendable handrails. Jump in there, and I hit number 8 because I haven't set up proper docking control switch for this yet. And you're just getting in the way as always, Jameson. Get out of the way, Jameson. Right, so all of that seems to work pretty well. But if we then go off on a little adventure, burn off a bunch of our fuel, test the docking arm to make sure it's refueling properly. Oh, cheers, man. Yeah, these I've built like a sort of compensation system into the way these things walk. They've got, you can just about see a pair of sensors on the bottom of the feet. They detect the floor, and if they're not, as long as they're both detecting the floor, the walk cycle will continue. As soon as one of them isn't detecting the floor, it stops the walk cycle from ticking over until both the feet connect. But they're only set up at the moment to detect voxels and stations. So, yeah, if it steps on a small grid block, it'll just plough through it. But if its foot gets stuck above the ground like it did then, it won't react and won't do anything, because it needs to be... Ooh, that was a bit of a hard landing. Yeah, I think I need to adjust some of the thruster settings on this one. might even still need to add a few thrusters because he's a bit heavy. It looks like an AC move. Yeah, unfortunately, it does move a bit more like a battle mech. Because trying to move something that is functionally as quick as an AC unit, it would just explode in Space Engineers. Trying to make that much mass move that quickly in this game engine just creates clang. Or it just makes you make do backflips. Because games like Armored Core look very pretty, but they don't have like the same kind of functional kind of physics engine that games like Space Engineers do, so they're not having to do all those kind of crazy calculations. And if you have something that weighs 300 tons and you try and get it to move at 10 meters a second, it will just try and do a backflip. And if you do get it moving, when it wants to stop, it will try and do a front flip. So yeah, trying to get hundreds of tons of mass to move nicely is quite the challenge in itself. Like, the walk cycle for these Armored Cores is about as fast as I can get it without it trying to do backflips constantly. Because there's a bit of a sort of warm-up in the way the gyroscope mechanics work. So like if you start moving a grid and shifting its mass, it takes a couple of seconds for the game to calculate the gyro overrides, which is why things will do like a big lurch back and then suddenly lurch forward as the gyroscopes kick in. So yeah, trying to get 300 tons to move more than say 5 or 6 meters a second is just asking for trouble. But that's why I've designed him to fly instead. He can move fairly quickly when he's flying. Or when he drops back down into skimmer mode. Which this one is designed to do automatically. He drops back down to the ground. He will automatically switch back into skimmer mode. I can just glide around on the floor. Oh, it gives you an appreciation for Armored Core tech. Yes, it certainly does. Yeah, to make something that size move as quickly as those things do would be a miracle of engineering in itself. A bit, skimming along the ground at 70 meters a second, asking for trouble. Yeah, I've tried to make the thrusters on this one a little bit more accurate to the actual Armoured Core designs, but it's meant I've had to sacrifice a lot of weight, because the other two that are in that warehouse at the moment have got lots of, well, they've got, for a start, they've got two large grid thrusters mounted to them, which thrust versus power versus mass wise are a lot better than small grid thrusters, whereas this one I've had to tuck in lots and lots and lots of small grid thrusters to make it a little bit closer to the real design. And unfortunately it makes it look cooler than the other ones, but it's not quite as manoeuvrable. The amount of weight that it has, because this one's 300 tons, the other ones are both about 280, 90-ish, so it's like got an extra 10 tons of weight, but noticeably less responsive thrusters, which is a pain in the arse. Yeah, we could just drop down into there. Oh yeah, he doesn't like gliding into position because of that lip. Forgot about that. Oh, and then his toes like to get stuck in the gap, don't they? Yeah. Oh, I'm having some issues. Yeah, I think I need to change. What are you doing? Those tilt controls screwed up again. Oh, oh, oh. Just the game lagging out. Got yourself figured out now. Cool. There you go. There we go. It's a bit better. Just forward a slight bit. There you go. That'll do. Yeah, I think that's about right. Then we can engage docking mode. Yeah, he still shifts a little bit to the left. Is that actually the guns pressing on that barrier again? Yeah, I think it is. And everything is locked into place. Right. Close that docking bay door. And we can retract the platform. Beware of the arcs of electricity. Oh yeah, one thing we didn't actually check. Yeah, and that's refueled. That's back up to 100% hydrogen fuel again. Cool. Yeah, so that's all working quite nicely. Cool. Now, some kind of control room would be nice. Like a pilot's lounge or something, I don't know. Or am I just overthinking it? No, because I'd like to try and turn this into some kind of actual, like, base. We could, potentially. Not like we're going to cut a hole through there. We get to here in the roof. Mirror mode. Do that same thing both sides. There's that. Oh, it also helped if I cut that hole back out. Right, that's there. I cut that out, then right on top of that pipe system. So we could, in this gap, stick T-block. Right, that's the one. That out above me. Stairwell in there. Then I could raise it up a block and not have to fight with that conveyor connection. Then we could just make a control room up here. Right, cut a hole in there. Have a window through into the bay. We could be able to see stuff. Good idea about that. Ah. Good. Put that there. Yeah, that works for me. Not like that, I think. We'll just have a single block corridor. Anything I can do with these new windows? Grab that colour off there. I do like the look of these new windows, I just don't know where to use them yet. But they sit on the inside of the block. Which means they would need an attachment point. Do they have attachment points on the side? Apparently so. What can I do with that then? I could... wrong thing, that's the one. Something like that. That pipe. Just gonna get it off. Or we could just do a window kind of like that. Like that, maybe. Will I not fit through that gap? Of course I won't. So we could do that. A little window out. Wrong colour. Pop that back there. Pop that in there either side. There you go, that's a bit nicer. And then got a 3 block space. Have something like that, possibly overlooking the station for control purposes. Yeah. What doors have we got these days? We've got these hatch doors. Oh yeah, they're new. Not really much point using them on this one. You know what, I'll have a pair of them up here. We could even just this here. Let's not cut too much off just yet. Do that. Opens that space up a bit more. Yeah, I like that. You can see all the mech stuff from down there. Oh, we could even... How many blocks have we got here? Pop some windows in here. We've got 1, 2... Ooh, that's the way we can do it. We could take that, we've still got that nice corner there. Then we could grab that colour, paint job. Where have I put them fucking windows? There they are. Oh, is that just the bait windows? Oh, they're in separate groups. Yeah, that's why. So I could then stick that one or that one. That one exposed pipes. Yeah, that looks pretty cool. Although it looks shite from the outside. Because it's not the same skin. It looks like that. Does it look like that? No, because I don't like the concrete on what is ostensibly metal wood. So what if we... Greave them like that? Corridor... that colour perhaps? Yeah, you know what? I might actually do that all the way around. An awful lot of concrete on the outside of this building, not much else. Did I not set that up? Door light DB 0. Yeah, right, cool. I like that. Next issue, though, is going to be the floor. Down here, we've mostly been using that for a lot of floors. Now I'm going to paint that bit, it's going to paint that bit out there, so I'm going to leave that bit as concrete for now. Luckily, I've been using the same thing for the roof. We don't really need this control room to be massive. Thoughts? I would like to get a few things in there though. Make it that size. And then we could put that back. Leave that like that for now. In fact, I'll just have that bottom layer like that, and then watch it back to concrete again. That. The ceiling in there doesn't need to be particularly high. Take that out and change it over, didn't I? So where did we put those? There they are. And we've already got the T-block sound. Groovy. Right, that has been some pretty decent progress on this place. Starlight. Ugh. Spell the words properly. There you go. On off, on off, on off. At some point, I will set up some kind of control system. Maybe even some cameras, I'm not sure. It'd be good to have some cameras looking at each of the mechs. And then I might do some more with this space as well next time. Quickly slap on the roof. That bloody awkward shape. And you can just do that for now. Figure out some more shape later on. Been some pretty decent work. I'm going to call this quits for now. That's been about another 3 hours. Yeah, I'll call that quits. I'm going to leave that there. So, thank you all for watching. Thank you all for chatting. And I will see you all at some point in the future with some more mech nonsense. So, thank you, and goodbye for now.